Hey, welcome back for another Let's Code. We're on level 15, functions with the harvester. So it's kind of like one of those farming ones where we use conditional blocks in the past, but this time we're going to be using functions as well. Now, unlike the last one, we're going to be writing more of our own functions, and hopefully that'll make it easier, right? Because a function is going to make everything easier for us. Remember, those functions are like apps or mini programs that run inside of our program. So let's jump right onto code.org. So I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, here we are on task 3, right at the beginning. This one looks pretty straightforward. It's just a straight line. It says, ooh, veggies are cropping up everywhere. Now help the harvester pick all of the corn on the way to the pumpkin at the end. And I see that there's a function that's already made for me. It's called check square for corn. And inside of that function, it says, if there is corn, then pick the corn. So it's using a conditional block. So I'm going to go right into my functions drawer here, and I'm going to pull out check square for corn because I know I'm going to need to use that. And I'm going to pop that on there, and let's hit run. Let's see what happens. All right, he doesn't move. So movement's not controlled by that. So let me hit reset. And let's see what my choices are. I think I'm going to look at a conditional block because I remember in the last episode, yep, it's still here. It says repeat until there are pumpkins. So a lot of the previous level where we were harvesting, we used this repeat until there are pumpkins block. And let me pick a pumpkin. And I've got to move too. So I'm going to grab a forward. There we go. So I'm going to use this conditional block, repeat until there are pumpkins, because the last step is to pick a pumpkin. So you notice that I put a pick a pumpkin right after that, because once he gets to the pumpkin, he'll stop this this repeat loop. So every time I hit run, it will first check the square that I'm standing on for corn. And if there is corn, it'll pick it. And then it'll step forward either way. And it will keep doing that until it hits a pumpkin. And then finally, I'll pick the pumpkin. So let's hit run. Make sure I got this right. There it goes. Success. All right. So I'm going to skip a bunch now. Most of the ones in between level 3 and, task 3 and task 9 where I'm at right now, we'll just have to like kind of add movements and stuff in between those functions. But this one, I need to write my own function. There's nothing here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the function drawer and it says do something. All right. So whatever I write here, let's call it do work. You can see that it adds that function block right into the drawer. If I change it to code is life, I got a code is life function in there as well. So let's have it to do with farming here. So let's call it get lettuce. And I've got a function get lettuce now. So I'm going to just drop that in right away. So right away, if I just hit run, it will do nothing because there's nothing in the function. And I'm telling the program to look at the function. So I need to figure out what to do to get this guy to move around. So I'm going to have to step forward. I'm going to have to pick lettuce, step forward, and then turn. Pop that in there. That should get me to the end of the line. Let me just make sure that does that. Boom. All right. So now I only have one block I'm allowed to use left. So this seems like a perfect place for a repeat block, because I know how many pieces of lettuce there are. I know that all of the sides of the square are the same. So let me grab a repeat and let's put that in there. Oops, let's get these guys in the repeat. And a square has 4 sides. So there we go. So I put my entire code inside of the function this time to make this work. So let me hit reset. Let's hit run. All right, we did it. All right, here we are on task 12. We've got a lot of functions already made. I'm looking at this path that my harvester needs to go along, and it is not a normal kind of repeating pattern, or at least it doesn't look like that at the moment. I do have a bunch of functions already written for me, and you can see I've used 12 out of my 19 blocks before I even start because of these functions. So I've got pick along path. So it says repeat until there are pumpkins, check square for corn, move forward, and then get all the pumpkins. So I'm guessing there's a, yep, yeah, there it is, get all the pumpkins. So we've got 3 functions here. We've got pick along path. We've got check square for corn, which is here, and get all the pumpkins, which is there. So basically, when the first one looks like it's about moving me along the path, and it's got the other functions inside of it. So that's pretty cool new development. So let me just drop a pick along path right there, and let's see what happens. Okay, so he hit the first pumpkin and he just stopped. So I need to make sure that I can get all the way around this. So I think I need another function, because there's no way I'm getting from here all the way around this maze in just 6 more blocks. So let me grab our function, and let's call this one navigation. So I'm going to use this one to get my character to go where it needs to go. So I think I'm going to take my pick along path and put it inside my navigation. And I'm going to grab my navigation and drop that on when run. So now when I get to the end of that corner, I'm going to need to turn. And I'm going to need to do that 4 times to make it around this square. Let's test that. Let's see if that works. So if I get back to that corner there with the pumpkin, I think we're in business. All right, it's getting all the stuff I need. You can see all the functions are flashing now. All right, so now I need to line up to get to the other side. So I think I'm just going to add another turn, and then another navigation for the other side. I think that works. I think that'll make sense. All right. So my plan is, when it starts out, it'll go around the first square, and then he ends on that corner facing the same direction he started. Then he's going to turn right, which is basically going to point him down, and then he should keep going until he hits the next corner. So it should even pick up that little extra pumpkin there that's all by itself on the dead end. So let's try this out. And I'm at 19 out of 19 blocks, so I'm feeling good. Okay. About face. Yes. All right. That one was tough. Whoa, congratulations. All right. That one was tough. We have to really start paying attention to these, because they are starting to become more difficult puzzles. Now, there's not only one correct answer from each one. That's just the one that I came up with. I'm sure there are other correct answers. And as you saw, you can kind of name your own code as well. So you can create your own functions to do whatever you want. Don't forget though, if you go over your blocks, it's only half credit. So if you see any light green instead of dark green dots, that means go back and try again to get full credit. All right. Good luck. And I'm not even going back to the classroom. You just get right back to work. Bye.